Welcome to Ask Ignite. Now, this is a platform where you can send us an email or you can direct message us on our Facebook page, any kind of challenges or dilemmas you're having within a relationship at work. Maybe you're an employee having a problem with your manager, or maybe it's one of your peers. Maybe you're a manager having a problem with an employee. Our goal here at Ignite Coaching and Development is to share proven ideas and methods with you to help bridge that gap in an effort to improve relationships in the work environment. So let's get to this week's question. We received an email that asks, what would you say are the 3 most common mistakes managers make? Okay, first let me say that I'm well aware of how rough it can be as a manager. They are dealing with operational issues. They're having to interact with a diverse team of individuals coming from different backgrounds. They have to meet deadlines, staffing issues, putting out fires, and the never-ending challenge of prioritizing and reprioritizing throughout the day. Essentially, managers have to make sure the work gets done. And that's a heavy responsibility to shoulder. Even when a manager attends leadership training, once they get back to the work environment, it can be easy to slip back into old habits, or it can be easy to forget what they've learned in training because of an overwhelming workload. Now, most employees, unless they've been a manager themselves at one time or another, they might have a hard time realizing how difficult it is to be a manager, because much of what a manager does isn't visible on the front lines. But just because you don't see them working doesn't mean that they're not working, right? So that being said, here's what I've seen in failing teams and companies to be the 3 most common mistakes inadvertently made by managers. Number 1, delegating tasks to employees without explaining the why behind it. Employees, especially the younger generation, they want to know, they want to understand what they're being asked to do and why. Now, there might have been a time when employees just did what they were told without asking questions. In fact, many of the employees from that era are now in management positions. That might be why there's a slight disconnect between them and their younger employees. But by explaining the why, a manager will gain commitment from the employee and not just their compliance. Explaining the why also helps develop the employee. It may take a little more time, but think of it as an investment, not an expense. Number 2, confusing efficiency with effectiveness. Now, to me, both are important. What I see, though, as a huge speed bump is when managers make something overly efficient at the risk of diminishing effectiveness. So in my opinion, between the two, effectiveness is more important. Something can be very efficient, but if the result isn't effective, it's not working. In other words, the bottom line should be to ask, what was the objective? Is the objective being met? And is it working? Number 3, treating symptoms of a problem rather than the source of the problem. Now, you can treat all the symptoms you want, but if the source of the problem still exists, so will the problem. I like it when managers take quick action to solve a problem. Just make sure you're not wasting precious time treating the wrong thing. All in all, I think that most managers out there are doing the best they know how. So to all you employees out there, understand that your manager has a lot on their plate and their shoulders. And to all you managers out there, keep plugging away. Remember though, developing your team through proper training and coaching is an investment, not an expense. Be diligent in this effort and you'll begin to see positive results. And your job will become easier. That'll do it for this edition of Ask Ignite. So remember, next time you're having a problem, either in a business relationship or personal relationship, feel free to Ask Ignite.